opponent.
And he likes to have fun, right? I mean,
Yes.
sometimes he plays this like A4 first move or...
Yeah, but I don't think that against the boy, because you also have to show respect towards the game. I think we will be seeing 1 E4.
Okay, let's see. Is he going to be... Oh, you
That's
guessed
it.
it right, Peter.
Yes, of course, respect.
He
Yeah.
might opt for sideline, but not on move 1. Yeah.
Yes, maybe B3, no, knight.
Knight C3, knight C6.
H3, okay.
Here's the sideline.
Okay, getting the boy out of book.
What's the trick?
Oh, and he's smiling. Like,
Yes.
So
you
you
know?
can't go knight f6 because e5?
Yes, and if d5, then he did d4 and you stop bishop g4.
So that means only if you play... Okay, I don't see the point if you play d6, let's say. If you play...
But then it's not a pause then anymore.
Ah,
And he played with e6, knight c6. So he actually needs to play a6 to try to stay in the pause, and but he went d5.
d5, and d5 is kind of a moral victory.
oh, wow. Bishop B5.
Wow.
b5.
Wow, the poor boy is already under pressure. That I cannot guess a single move of my opponent.
Yeah, Magnus is making him out of theory right away.
Knight f6.
So what do we do now?
Wow, because this e5, knight d7, bishop takes e6, bc, it leads to some kind of a Nimzo, a reverse kind of Nimzo Indian. Rossolimo.
He probably will play e5, right?
Yeah, he will.
Because if you go queen e2, there could be d4.
Well, he can play, but he was
He went
d3.
e4, now you have to take.
Yes.
e2, there is a
Queen
little
a5
check.
check.
Yeah,
Yes.
takes and knight e2.
How is black going to get rid of those double c-pawns? If he can manage, then his position is maybe not so bad.
Yeah, but if he can't, then it's a fantastic position for white. Then it's like a dream Nimzo.
Yeah, so the knight goes to g3, I'm guessing. Magnus castles.
Also knight g3 probably, yeah. And at some point b3 stabilizing the queen side. And yeah, these are the type of positions Magnus loves. And the boy is shaking his head. He's not happy. This isn't the Sicilian position that he was looking forward to.
And this is like so clean, it's almost like Capablanca was playing. You exchange one bishop, spoil opponent's structure, you have all the good pieces, right? There's a b3 stopping any nonsense on the queen side, and then you prepare your f4 or whatever.
Yeah, it's so hard for black to find a plan, but this move knight d7 was also what I was thinking about, try to play e5, and Magnus stops it by playing e5 himself.
Yeah, and rook e1 or queen e2, reinforcing the pawn.
So he's killing the bishop on c8. That's like the whole
Yes.
point of white strategy.
Rook d8, preparing what, bishop f8 perhaps?
Yeah, bishop and knight f8, maybe somewhere c4. Yeah, he will have to sacrifice the pawn. And Magnus goes for the attack with knight h5.
Knight h5, deploying the knight to h5, and it's annoying there. It's kind of hanging in the air, but also you never want to play g6. And while he does want to play g6, but the knight simply returns, and now
Yes.
bishop h6 is available, or if black goes bishop f8, then bishop g5.
He will have a clear-cut attack on the king side. Black will have to play some c4. Now knight b6 will be met by b3. Oh no, Magnus already ignores.
Doesn't play b3 because he doesn't have to, I guess.
Yes.
So now too many pieces on the queen side, on the king side, and
Yeah, f6 square.
He's gonna try to get the knight to f6, right? Maybe even like f4, knight e4, knight f6.
yeah, queen g4, queen h4 is the checkmate in the making as well, because h5, knight h5, right?
Or you can even play knight h5 now. Maybe you're threatening to go knight h5.
Yeah.
Just make it a little bit more flashy.
Yeah, after knight e7, what did he do? Queen d2.
d2, okay, he defended his knight.
So then let's e4. Okay.
Probably wants to bring the queen to f4.
This knight goes to e4. Knight d7, I guess, and then queen f4. Let's do that.
Black is trying to trade off the double pawns, but it's a little late. Okay. Well, at least one of the knights has been forced back.
Wow.
And I have the games. Wow, good, fantastic. I'm so relieved. I was working hard here on my own to get things right, and it worked. I was enjoying a clear advantage. So fantastic position. He has a free kingside attack. He's up on the clock, but his opponent is putting up resistance. He does not want to collapse. The only problem is that you can't really change the character of the position. Magnus will go some knight h2, knight g4. And how do you defend the kingside with all these dark squares problems? Magnus taking his time. He feels that
He hasn't tried to play super fast in this game.
yeah, he's enjoying. Yeah, he goes.
There's no need, right?
Yeah. And knight d6. Okay, so he was spoiled with choices, and he opts for knight d6, which invites the exchange sacrifice with rook takes d6.
One thing that I'm noticing by the way Magnus is playing, you see he's not trying to put any psychological pressure on his young opponent, right? It's not like, here I'm Magnus Carlsen, I'm going to play so quickly, try to beat you in like 20 seconds, because he can try to do that, right?
Yes.
But he's literally doing the opposite, right? He's playing in such a chill way, kind of giving the guy like maximum space to like not feel pressured, right? And just play the game.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's an accident. I think, Magnus is like consciously, got that sort of like gentleman-like, demeanor towards these younger players.
Yeah, this is what I was also mentioning, that I'm expecting Magnus in this game to treat the game with full respect. Yeah, no fancy business. He did do his smart kind of things with h3 and get the boy out of book as quickly as possible, nicely outplaying him.
So
basically,
97 now, 95 to be a trick.
c5, b4. He plays a game from which the boy can also learn a lot afterwards when he analyzes.
So Magnus is under a minute, but his young opponent is around 15 seconds. And Magnus adjusted that b4 pawn. And Magnus is not up a pawn yet, but his knight's...
But now knight c6.
Yeah, knight c6 is coming. There is no way of...
Yeah, finally black is dropping material, and also a lot of material, because queen f6 check, it's not even... Okay, so knight d5, good try. You had to make that intermediate move, otherwise the queen had nowhere to go.
And queen takes h6 check. Wow, now Magnus goes for fancy business. Queen sacrifice takes on e7, and then knight takes f7 check.
And he will be up in exchange in the end.
And like this he takes on c8.
Yep, that was a pretty fancy tactic that he was forced to find. He's been cutting it a little bit close, I would say.
Yeah, now we can already zoom in because they are playing so fast that the computer cannot keep. Yeah, he takes on c8, but finally will be pinned. And that's it.
White is up a knight. Oh. Yep. So, okay, there's not much play left.
No. Magnus will play f4, just stable. No, he even goes knight e8. Collects. Knight e4.
94 threatening yet another double attack.
Rook c7.
Picking up another pawn. Oh, trading pawns is good, but it's not enough of a strategy here. I think his opponent can resign. I think
Yeah,
it's
he
right.
should, yes.
Really should at this point. It's all right,
But he sees Magnus only has 15 seconds, yeah?
He thinks it's like, it's not that much time for an old guy like Magnus.
Yes, but he gets the 2 extra seconds and...
Yeah.
Maybe there is also this factor that, you're playing Magnus, you might as well play as long.
Yeah, I know, right? Stretch out this pleasure. Yeah. Well, I think it was, it was a nice effort. It's a game that he's going to learn from. I mean, he did wind up with a bad piece on c8, a worse structure, and then Magnus exploited those weak squares in his positions, right? So it's very instructive. But look at his teammates. So watch, is he the last game going? That's so nice, right? And his teammates are obviously excited to watch that. Maybe Nepo, I think, is done. He just likes to sit at the board when he's finished.
Watch out, because some stalemate ideas, yeah? But okay.
Actually a stalemate, right?
Magnus just pushes all the pawns.
c6, and then you can give a knight f7.
No stalemate. Magnus is so funny.
Getting all the extra seconds.
Okay. about resigning, was like, no, not yet. He played until a checkmate.
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Great game by Magnus.
Yeah.
Very nice to see this treating the game with full respect. The boy can learn a lot.
Yes.
It's a strategical masterclass.
Oh, it's beautiful to see. Okay, Nepo